Jonathan Irvin. I'm running for State Senate District 21. That comprises the city's 80% of Santa Clarita, Palmdale, Lancaster, that goes all the way to Atlanta and Victorville. Very large district, about 930, 950,000 people. I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan, raised by my grandparents, humble beginnings. My mom had a drug and alcohol issue, and so they took care of me like many grandparents do, take care of another generation. And so I have an old-fashioned kind of upbringing. And so my grandparents, grandfather being a postal worker, retired after 33 years. My grandmother was a nurse, and she retired from nursing. She took care of the elderly until she was elderly. I got out of Flint, Michigan via the military. Couldn't afford college, and so I went into the military in 1997. I did 10 and a half active, ended up at Edwards Air Force Base, and I'm in my 9th year reserve. And so did 19 years of service, almost done, got about a year left. And when I got off active, after participating in Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom and Southern Watch, I thought the obstacle was going to slow down. South Korea couldn't be that dangerous. Well, they started testing nukes, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm there twice a year, making sure Kim Jong-un doesn't come across the border. So civic engagement, you know, one of the things I got involved with early, civic engagement sometimes, a lot of times, is about fighting. Because things that you believe in, that you strongly believe in, you got to fight for. And one of the issues, my child was in school, and he had about $2.10 on his account, but it cost $2.50 for lunch. So what they did was they gave him a lunch, and then they took it away because he didn't have enough money on the account. That's kind of got me kind of like, what is going on here? Why would you do that to a child? And so I got involved, and that got me really involved in the school system about how we treat our children, education, making sure every child should have a meal. And a lot of times they take the meal nowadays and they give them water and crackers, cheese and crackers. And I don't think that's a good thing to do either. I think little issues like that get you involved. That's why I like seeing everybody here today. Little issues like that get your foot into the political game and where you get started. Issues like that. One big issue that we struggle with in the Antelope Valley is electricity rates. So I got pretty angry when they said they're going to raise the rates again, and I called on the phone and said, hey, what can we do? We got a bus load of folks, 30 folks on a bus, and we went and protested the raising of the rates. That's the type of civic engagement that makes change. We didn't get lower rates. Sometimes you lose, but what we did get was the first hearing of the Public Utilities Commission in Palmdale ever. And so fighting, I think this year specifically, 2016, there's too much money in politics. The people have lost their voice, literally. And so I'm a regular guy running in this campaign. I have a job. I'm an aerospace engineer out of Plant 42. I have a family. And so it's difficult to run a race, especially since there's a lot of money in the race. The special interests don't want you to have your voice. $200,000 Chevron oil spent against me. Monsanto is involved. This race is very important because the people must have a voice in Sacramento. Our area, and the climate change is a big issue, but our area does not have enough mass transportation options. We should have light rail. We should have had light rail from Burbank to Palmdale. We should have had that already if we want to get out of our cars. But to do that, we have to send somebody to Sacramento that's willing to fight for resources. I'm willing to do that. I appreciate you guys here today. I'll take any questions you have during the meet and greet, but great to see so many young people. Hope to have some great questions from you. Thank you.